patch 125 has dropped to experimental, and accompanying it is probably the biggest announcement we've had in years, but it's also a little controversial, and here I'll explain that and everything else added to this patch. So sit back, relax, ignore the screams from your basement, and let's dive in. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. No. God damn it, this is a rental. I apologize if my throat sounds sore, it's rent month. Firstly, they've added the VS89 rifle and magazine. Other than looking the part with its smooth design, it's actually a pretty good gun. Although seemingly placed into the category of the VSS, I'd compare it more with the Mosin, but not in terms of power or greatness. The Mosin is the Don, but in terms of how it fires, feels and handles. The new magazine it comes with is 10 rounds, and it has probably my favorite reload animation of any gun. It just works so nicely. However, during combat situations, this added animation time could cost you. Comparing it with the Mosin again, it's quite similar. Even the firing speed is slightly slower than expected, but the exchange for this is you get a decent long range powered gun, a decent amount of rounds, and if you wanted a scope, you could add a scope or two. And long range isn't really designed for speed. I just know a lot of you ask about this a lot. I do think this gun will probably be some people's go-to, and it's instantly my favorite looking gun, and as I said, the reload animation I just love. In this update, a big change is things in containers now can't be accessed unless you hold it or take them out. I'm not too concerned about this, it definitely makes sense. I do think if you lock something up, it shouldn't be able to be taken out so easily. Hashtag Epstein. And obviously these sounds have been adjusted in this update as well. Now I won't go into them all because it's pretty boring actually. Like, sounds are a great addition to the game, but going into them independently just seems a bit dull to me. But something that I've found during my initial testing is the infected don't seem to be as responsive to the unsuppressed gunshots as they used to be. And for such a loud gun as the VS89 and the Mosin and the Vicar and the Vagina, I honestly expected to be swarmed. Maybe I just had a weird server. I do need to do more testing, but I don't think it was that. I'll add the other changes and fixes made on the screen, but now the big thing. The DayZ devs are giving the LIVONIA DLC away for free. Well, sort of. So from what I understand, anyone who owns DayZ but not LIVONIA will be given access to it because the standard version of DayZ will now include LIVONIA out of the gate. The devs have said the LIVONIA DLC will no longer be sold separately once update 125 is released on stable branches. Existing DayZ base game owners without LIVONIA will receive the DLC free of charge as a token of our appreciation. But there's more. Simultaneously, we aim to elevate the player experience by enhancing accessibility to LIVONIA, thereby integrating the communities of both the base game and the DLC across every platform. My dog is playing with a duck. Anyway, while there will be a modest increase in price due to the new product's expanded value, the pricing will be more economical than the current DayZ LIVONIA bundle. Now this is incredible. Sort of. I love that they're doing this and I commend them for it because LIVONIA is such a great map. It's had so much positive work done on it over the last few years and updates, and if you haven't played it, I urge you to when 125 goes to full release, which I predict will be in around 2 weeks or so given its smaller size. However, it kind of sucks for anyone who previously bought the DLC or LIVONIA edition and already spent the extra money on it, which includes myself, so I'm a little conflicted. I love that everyone can now enjoy LIVONIA, but it would have been nice to maybe give something for our past support. You know, something like if you've bought or buy the LIVONIA edition before such a date, we'll give you a reach around. Or maybe a badge on the main screen, just something. But what do you think? Is this bittersweet or am I just a little bitch? Both can be true, I suppose, at the same time. Let me know what you think in the comments. But if you want to learn 69 tips and tricks you may have missed, click here. Or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.